Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you tonight for, I guess, the start of Marathon Studio album reviews for an album review by Bullet for My Valentine with their album The Poison, their 2005 or 2006 album. I think it came out in the US 2006 of, get this, Valentine's Day. February 14th. So, yeah, I got my copy for it, I think earlier this week, I believe. I think it was, yeah, I believe it was earlier this week, if I remember correctly. So, yeah, I'm going to discuss what I listened to for these 13 songs. There is Hand of Blood off this album, but, pretty much, I'm just going to review just 13 songs without Hand of Blood. Because I've heard the song, I've just uh, haven't listened to it in a bit, but that may be a separate track review I might do, so definitely tune in for that. So I'm going to discuss what I listened to for the Poison album, the 2006 album by Bullet for My Valentine, and let you know my thoughts on it. So let's dive into this album review for their first Marathon discography album reviews that I will be doing for a little bit. Now, I still am waiting for the Gravity CD to come in the mail. It's probably going to be here tomorrow or the next day. I don't know when, but yeah, I'll let you know when I get my hands on it, and then I'll finish it off whenever I can. So, pretty much this album was very dark, honestly. Um, the intro track had this really haunting violin melody, and the guitar work was pretty nice too. It's a great way to open an album. The intro track was really good. Matt Tuck doesn't start screaming until the next song, of course, which is Her Voice Resides. And that was such a killer song, honestly. Um, I love Matt Tuck's screams in this whole album. This is their starting point to their album's discography and all that. So this is where they were doing really good. They still are a good band. It just depends on their songs nowadays. Um, well, still, they are a really awesome band. They haven't really experimented all that much. They've only tried a few times experimenting in their discography, but yeah, Her Voice Resides, very great song. I love it. It's a banger. Matt Tuck's screams in it are great, and the guitar work is really edgy and really awesome. So 5 out of 5 for me on that one. 4 Words to Choke Upon, great song, really love it. It definitely rocks for sure. um, and yeah, 5 out of 5 for me on that one. Of course, we got the famous Tears Don't Fall song. Uh, they did a part 2 on the Temper Temper Deluxe Edition, or just the Temper Temper album. And I don't know. I will mention that in my upcoming review for Temper Temper Deluxe Edition album review. But basically, the classic Tears Don't Fall song from Bullet for My Valentine is an awesome song. I really love it, and 5 out of 5 for that one. Suffocating Under Words of Sorrow, What Can I Do? Another banger of a track. Matt Tuck's screams in it are great, and his clean vocals are pretty solid too. So, yeah, he does a lot more screaming in this album at the starting point of their career. So, this is where they were good. Like, really good. Um, they still are a really good band. So, yeah, their newest album went back to some of their roots. So that was pretty cool. More aggressiveness in the new album. Hit the Floor is another great song. I really love it. It's a banger from start to finish. 5 out of 5. All These Things I Hate revolve around me. I love his clean sings. Matt Tux clean sings in the song. Sounds good. He does a little bit of aggression with his voice at the chorus, but it's still a pretty awesome song, so definitely check this song out. They did have the music video for a time, but I don't know. I think they took it down. I don't understand why. I was like, that music video was pretty cool. But yeah, and Hand of Blood is technically the next song on the album, and that's a great song, so I guess I'll include that with it in this album review, so 5 out of 5 for that one. Room 409 is on the Digipack, the ninth track, but it's technically the eighth song on this US version album, so yeah. 5 out of 5 for me on that one. The title track, The Poison, is really good. Really love the guitar work and the drum work. It's really good. 10 Years Today is another great song. Really love it. Cries in Veins was great. Tracks 10 and 11 are getting 5 out of 5s. Spit You Out and The End, which, get this, I was listening to this with the CD, and at the last 6 seconds of the song, the CD just cuts out and doesn't play anymore. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I was like, well, it doesn't matter because I was about done with the song. So yeah, but still, the end was a pretty closing, a very good closing track, I should say. Sorry if I was losing my train of thought for a moment. But yeah, production, mixing, and execution wise, The Poison was an excellent album. I personally love it from start to finish. And overall, I think The Poison by Bullet for My Valentine, their debut studio album that I just reviewed for the Marathon Discography albums, is a really awesome album. It's a very epic album. I highly recommend you check this out. And on the Digipack, it has Hand of Blood, so yeah, or maybe the deluxe edition. I don't fucking know. It's one of those versions. It said it was an alternate version, a digipack or whatever. So yeah, I just didn't care to own that. I was like, fuck it. I'm just gonna own the regular version with the 13 tracks on it. So I'll just include Hand of Blood in this review because I still enjoyed the track too as well. But first score for me, I'm going to give Bullet for My Valentine's The Poison album a 10 out of 10. This was a really awesome album. It was very excellent from start to finish. It's getting a perfect score because that's how good the songs were. And the heaviness, the raw emotions that go through Matt Tuck's vocals and his screams in this song sound really good. And just the very dark premise of the album is pretty on point to what it's trying to tell the listener mostly. So, yeah, this is a pretty dark album for their first album, but it's a really good album. So, 10 out of 10 for me on the first Marathon Studio album review for Bullet for My Valentine, The Poison. Comment below. Let me know what you guys thought of the Poison by Bullet for My Valentine album if you've heard it. And if you enjoyed this album review, it's kind of a lengthy one, so please forgive me on that. Comment below and let me know your thoughts on it. Tap a like on this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you can to support the channel. I will be returning to you for another Bullet for My Valentine album review. It's probably going to be most likely, I guess, Tuesday for Scream Aim Fire. And then the 10th will be the Fever album. The 12th will maybe the 12th, yeah. The 12th will be the Temper Temper. And then after that, it's going to be Venom on the 15th. Maybe the 13th at least. No, Super Bowl's on the 13th. Maybe I can get it done that day. I'm not 100% sure, but I'll let you know what happens. But basically, yeah, I'll give you a rundown of when I'm doing the next album reviews. But the next album review for Scream Aim Fire will happen on the 8th, and Fever will happen on the 10th. So, yeah, if you did enjoy this album review, let me know in the comments below if you liked it or not. I'll have to do a replay watch to make sure I said tap like on this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you can, support the channel. But basically, yeah, there will be more videos tomorrow for throwback movie reviews, season 3 recap videos, so definitely tune in for that. Stay safe, guys. Have a great rest of your weekend for the rest of it, of course, because tomorrow's Monday. And yeah, I will definitely see you in my next review.